You want to know the secret to becoming unstoppable? It's not about avoiding pressure, it's about embracing it. Pressure doesn't break you, it shapes you into the person you were meant to be. The world is full of mediocrity, but the ones who rise, they're forged in the fires of pressure. If you want to be the best, you have to start by becoming a beast. Listen up. There's no shortcut to greatness. Pressure isn't your enemy, it's the thing that builds champions. It's the force that separates the weak from the strong, the wannabes from the legends. If you want to be the best version of yourself, you must understand that every ounce of pressure is a tool for transformation. It's time to take that pressure and use it to turn yourself into a beast. Pressure is not a mere inconvenience or something to avoid. It's a powerful force that, when handled correctly, transforms you. It's the fire that refines you. Without it, you'll never know your true potential. Think about the strongest materials on earth: diamonds, steel, and gold. These substances become what they are because they undergo immense pressure. They start off as something raw, unrefined, and almost unrecognizable. But through the pressure, they are shaped into something brilliant, strong, and enduring. The same goes for you. If you want to develop the kind of character that stands firm in the face of adversity, you must first allow pressure to shape you. Most people will do anything to avoid pressure. They'll stay in their comfort zones, work only when they feel motivated, and shy away from the uncomfortable, difficult tasks. But here's the harsh truth. Greatness doesn't come from comfort. Growth doesn't come from ease. If you're not feeling the heat, you're not being tested. You're not being forced to tap into the hidden reserves of strength within you. You're simply existing, and existing is not enough. Being comfortable means you've stopped growing, stopped striving, stopped reaching. It means you've settled. The reality is that when life pushes you to your limits, that's the time to step up, not shrink back. When you feel like you can't take any more pressure, that's when you need to dig deeper, push harder, and embrace the challenge. It's easy to give up when everything gets hard. It's easy to run away from the uncomfortable, but that's not what winners do. Winners don't cower when they feel the pressure. They stand taller. They understand that pressure doesn't define their limits. It exposes the power they have yet to tap into. It forces them to rise to the occasion, to expand beyond their comfort zones, and to break through barriers they didn't even know existed. Let's talk about character for a moment. What is character if not the sum of how you respond to adversity? Your character is built not in the absence of struggle, but in the way you face it. It's not about being perfect. It's about being resilient. It's about how you adapt when the going gets tough. Are you going to break, or are you going to bend and rise again? Pressure doesn't show us who we are at our best. It shows us who we are at our worst. And when we face our worst, that's when we have the chance to truly evolve. When the pressure hits, that's when your true self is revealed. It forces you to make decisions, sometimes difficult ones. It challenges you to rise above your weaknesses and excuses. It forces you to level up in ways you didn't think were possible. And if you're willing to confront it, rather than run from it, you'll come out stronger, smarter, and more capable of handling the next challenge that comes your way. Remember, diamonds are made under pressure. Gold is purified under fire. You too can be forged into greatness when you learn to embrace pressure rather than fear it. When you feel like you're at your breaking point, understand this. You're not breaking, you're being shaped. Every hardship, every challenge, every ounce of pressure is a step toward a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. So don't back down when it gets tough. Stand tall, stand strong, and let the pressure transform you into the person you were always meant to be. The most successful people on this planet didn't get to where they are by avoiding discomfort, by running away from pressure, or by taking the easy road. No, they ran toward it. They looked for opportunities to embrace the struggle because they understood something most people don't. The discomfort, the pressure, the challenges, they are the very things that shape a person into something stronger, something better. You can choose to cower in the face of pressure, allowing it to break you, or you can choose to face it head on, allowing it to mold you into the best version of yourself. The choice is yours. What happens when you avoid pressure? You stagnate. You remain in the same place, never truly growing, never truly expanding. You might feel safe, but you're also trapped in a cage of comfort. That comfort is a lie. It's the killer of dreams. It's the silent assassin of your potential. While you're staying comfortable, others are out there pushing their limits, testing themselves, and becoming stronger with each passing day. Those who chase the pressure don't back down from it. They look at it as the tool that will carve them into something unbreakable. Think about any person you consider to be great. They didn't get to that point by avoiding hard times, by staying in the safe zone, or by making excuses. They sought out pressure. They leaned into it. They knew that pressure is a tool of transformation, and they understood that without it, they couldn't rise to their full potential. It's easy to get distracted by the allure of an easy life, but those who have achieved greatness know that ease and success don't walk hand in hand. It's the struggle, the hard choices, and the weight of pressure that turns ordinary individuals into extraordinary legends. When you see pressure, you're not seeking failure, you're seeking growth. Each time you step into the fire, each time you face those uncomfortable, stressful, nerve-wracking moments, you're building muscle. You're building mental strength, you're sharpening your mind, and you're developing resilience that will carry you through anything life throws your way. Pressure doesn't make you weaker, it makes you stronger. It forces you to adapt, to become more resourceful, to think on your feet, and to be relentless in the pursuit of your goals. It's the true test of character. You might have heard people say, I don't like stress, or I avoid pressure as much as I can. Let me tell you something. These are people who are missing the point. If you avoid pressure, you're avoiding progress. If you run from the pressure, you're running from the opportunity to be the best version of yourself. The pressure isn't there to crush you. It's there to reveal your true potential. The person who can stand tall in the face of overwhelming stress, who can perform under the highest levels of pressure, is the one who has the most power. They are the ones who rise while others fall. The best don't shrink from challenges, they grow from them. They know that the pain of growth is temporary, but the rewards of embracing pressure are lasting. They go after the pressure because they know it's what separates the good from the great. The ones who avoid the struggle, they stay stuck. But the ones who seek the struggle, who face the pressure and don't back down, they're the ones who will look back one day and realize they were forged into greatness in those moments when the pressure was highest. When you're under pressure, something remarkable happens. Your mind becomes laser focused. It's as if the noise of the world fades into the background and all that's left is you and the challenge at hand. In moments of intense pressure, you no longer have the luxury of dithering over insignificant decisions. You're forced to prioritize, to sift through the clutter of distractions and to focus on the one thing that matters: action. You can no longer afford the luxury of procrastination or indecision. Every second becomes precious and every decision carries weight. This is when clarity emerges. The beauty of pressure is that it forces you to cut through the fog. When the stakes are high, there's no room for triviality. The things that seemed important before, those distractions, the endless little tasks, the opinions of others, suddenly fall away. Pressure forces you to ask yourself, what truly matters? The shallow, time-wasting aspects of your life no longer have space to occupy your mind. And this is when you start making real, impactful decisions. When you're under pressure, you get to the heart of the issue faster. You stop overthinking and start executing. That's the power of pressure. It pushes you into clarity and action. The top performers in any field know this truth. Pressure is not an enemy, it's a powerful ally. They've learned how to embrace it, to use it to sharpen their minds and guide their actions. These people are not immune to pressure. They feel it just like everyone else. The difference is they don't let it paralyze them. Instead, they lean into it, allowing it to propel them forward with purpose. Pressure sharpens them, focusing their energies on what needs to be done and pushes them to produce at the highest level. It's this ability to thrive under pressure that separates the extraordinary from the mediocre. If you look at the people who are at the top of their games, you'll see this pattern. They've built their ability to perform under pressure. Whether it's an athlete in the final seconds of a championship game or a business leader facing a high-stakes deal, the most successful individuals don't crumble when the pressure is on. They rise to the occasion. Why? Because they've conditioned themselves to perform under pressure. They've trained their minds to be clear, focused, and decisive when it matters most. Pressure is no longer a threat. It's a tool for them to wield. On the other hand, those who struggle with pressure tend to avoid it. They see pressure as something that disrupts their peace, and they try to escape it, which only keeps them stuck. They let the weight of the world around them create chaos in their minds, and when the pressure hits, instead of rising to the occasion, they fall apart, unable to think clearly or make the necessary decisions. The difference between the mediocre and the extraordinary is not in avoiding pressure, it's in how you respond to it. The top performers don't just endure pressure, they use it to clarify their vision and to fuel their actions. Pressure creates clarity because it forces you to focus on what truly matters. In those high-pressure moments, there's no room for second guessing. You stop wasting energy on things that don't contribute to your goal. You get clear on your priorities and you move forward with purpose. It's this clarity that sets the great apart from the rest. When you embrace pressure and use it to sharpen your mind, you create a path for success that is undeniable. The next time pressure comes knocking, don't run from it. Let it fuel your clarity and propel you toward greatness. Pressure has a way of forcing us to confront our true selves. In moments of adversity, you'll find that everything you thought you knew about your limits, your capacity, and your willpower is tested. But here's the thing. Pressure doesn't destroy you. It reveals who you are beneath the surface. It strips away the distractions, the comfort, the illusions that keep you from seeing what you're truly capable of. So when you're pushed to your breaking point, when you've got no other choice but to either rise or fall, that's when the beast inside you begins to emerge. The version of yourself that has been waiting in the shadows, too afraid to step forward, is now unleashed. What makes this so powerful is that most people never discover this inner beast because they spend their entire lives avoiding pressure. They avoid challenges, they avoid discomfort, and they settle for mediocrity. But those who dare to face the storms of life head on, who embrace the pressure, find themselves awakening to a level of strength and resilience that they never knew existed. You see, pressure isn't the enemy. It's the catalyst that forces you to evolve, to grow, and to break free from your limitations. Every time you face a difficult situation, every time you're put under pressure, you have the opportunity to tap into a deeper reservoir of strength. The more pressure you face, the more you're forced to dig deep within yourself, to activate those hidden resources you never thought you had. It's like a muscle that gets stronger every time it's put under stress. What once seemed impossible suddenly becomes possible, and what once seemed difficult becomes an obstacle you can crush with ease. As you push through each trial, you'll notice that what used to bring you down no longer has the power to defeat you. And here's the game changer. The pressure doesn't stop. It's relentless. It will continue to test you, challenge you, and push you in ways that will seem unbearable at times. But instead of running from it, you've got to learn to welcome it. You've got to train yourself to see pressure not as a threat, but as an opportunity. Because every time you face it and keep pushing forward, you're building yourself into a more formidable version of yourself. You're becoming stronger, sharper, and more determined. That beast inside you, it's your drive, your hunger, your will to succeed no matter what. It's your refusal to stay down when life knocks you down. It's that part of you that doesn't accept defeat, that pushes through the pain and keeps going when everyone else would quit. This is the beast that thrives under pressure, the one that doesn't just survive, but dominate. The key is to stop thinking of pressure as something to fear. Stop thinking of it as something that is sent to break you. It's sent to reveal the true power inside you. When you learn to lean into the discomfort, when you learn to harness the energy from the pressure instead of resisting it, you unlock your full potential. You go from being someone who merely survives the storm to someone who becomes the storm. And that's the shift that separates the average from the extraordinary. So the next time life throws pressure your way, don't shrink back, don't retreat. Stand tall, face it head on, and watch as the beast inside you emerges stronger than ever before. The pressure isn't just a test, it's your transformation. It's the gateway to becoming the best version of yourself. And the best part, the more you face, the more you grow, and the more unstoppable you become. Pressure is the ultimate catalyst for action. It's not something you can ignore or wait for it to pass. It demands that you make a move, and it forces you to make that move now. The world doesn't need any more dreamers, procrastinators, or people stuck in the cycle of overthinking. We've all heard the phrase, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. But the truth is, you can't just think your way to success. You can't just wait for the right time or the perfect conditions. Those things don't exist. What exists is the present moment, the pressure you're facing, and the action you're going to take. Think about it. When you're under pressure, everything changes. You stop being passive and start being proactive. The weight of the situation forces you to put aside the comfort zones, the excuses, and the I'll do it tomorrow mentality. Pressure doesn't allow for hesitation. It sharpens your focus and makes you realize that you have one choice: take action or risk being left behind. There's no time to sit idly by, waiting for the perfect circumstances, because those circumstances will never come. You make your circumstances perfect by taking bold, decisive action, no matter the pressure. The fact is, without pressure, people stay complacent. They stay stuck in their routines, their habits, their comfort zones. But when that pressure hits, whether it's from external sources or internal desire, you either cave in or you rise up. The best don't wait for pressure to fade, they use it as fuel. They use it as a fire to light the spark of motivation, to push them to step out of their comfort zones and to go after their goals with relentless determination. That's the difference between the average and the exceptional. The ability to move even when the weight feels like it's crushing you. You'll often hear people say that the right time is coming. They tell themselves, when I have more experience, or when I have more money, or when I feel more confident. But the truth is, you'll never feel ready. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll miss the moments that matter. The only time that truly matters is now. Pressure forces you to make the decision to move, even when you don't feel fully prepared. It strips away your need for perfection and replaces it with the need for progress. Every step you take, every decision you make under pressure is a step toward greatness. Let's be clear. You don't become great by sitting still and letting life happen to you. You don't become a champion by standing on the sidelines. You become great by moving, by acting, by making decisions that push you forward. Even when everything inside you is telling you to stop, you become great by taking risks, by confronting uncertainty, and by choosing to move even when the world seems like it's standing still. Pressure makes you take action because it forces you to face what you've been avoiding and challenges you to break through your own barriers. So stop waiting for things to be perfect and start using the pressure to propel you forward. Don't be afraid to take those risks and make decisions. The sooner you embrace the urgency of pressure, the sooner you'll see that it's the key to unlocking your potential. It's not about waiting for things to fall into place. It's about taking action, no matter how imperfect or uncomfortable it feels. Pressure doesn't give you the luxury of hesitation. It demands that you move, and in that movement, you'll find your true power. You'll find results that you never thought were possible, because action driven by pressure is what turns dreams into reality. It's simple. If you want to be the best, you've got to become comfortable with pressure. Stop running from it and start using it. The world is full of soft people who can't handle the heat, but you're a beast in the making. Embrace the pressure, let it transform you, and you'll rise above the rest. Be relentless, be unstoppable. Become the best version of yourself today, because the world isn't waiting for you to get comfortable. Step into the pressure and let it create the beast you were always meant to be. Let's go.